The Eye of the Beholder is a very straightforward and very simple story that quite a few other sci-fi narratives have pursued. Certainly Twilight Zone did. But it's just the simple question of, gee, what would it be like to be on the other side of a zoo? So the plot, again, is very simple. Kirk and crew are searching for a Federation science team that went missing. They find the ship. There's no one there. They beam down to the planet. Kirk and crew go there. The planet's not quite what they expected, and they keep running into different dangers and creatures attacking them, and yet they recognize them from different worlds. And how can this be? Spock begins to figure it out. It's because we're seeing what we're meant to see. And it turns out the main species of the planet are powerful telepaths. And again, with one of the benefits of animation, they look extremely alien. There's nothing human about them at all. And that creates the problem. As they're going, they do see, as they get captured by these creatures, they find the facility. Oh, look, there's this creature and that creature. And then they're brought to a place that looks familiar to them, like some, city they might have lived in or what have you. And they meet the other crew members there, and one of them's sick and all this stuff. But the upshot of it is, it's a zoo. The aliens, they're not the aliens, the Enterprise crew are, but nevertheless, they encounter them, and the gulf of intellect between them is so vast, they don't fully understand or appreciate the Enterprise crew as intelligent beings. And there's no language or anything, it's all telepathy. But with Spock as a guide, they figure out that they can, if they concentrate hard enough, the creatures will understand. So all their equipment and stuff is sitting out on display as well, but they can't reach it. They're stuck behind a force field, so they concentrate on their minds and eventually figure out how to fool them into getting a communicator and all this sort of stuff. But in the doing of this, one of the aliens, the children, gets beamed aboard the Enterprise. And so now they start attacking Kirk with migraine headaches. But they eventually were able to communicate with them on that level. Scotty beams down with the child, and the child is close enough to them that it explains to its parents and everything what's the deal, and that these people, that you can't keep them in a zoo, it won't work, and this sort of thing. So they're allowed to go. They say, well, maybe in a couple of centuries you'll be on our level and we can have a relationship or what have you. And so that's it. It's okay. So they they save the missing crew and beam back to the ship, and they leave. But yeah, the simple point of where are the creatures in the specimen in the zoo? And that's always the thing of how would we be perceived by aliens. And that's always like people who believe there's alien abductions and that sort of thing. Gee, why are the aliens doing that? Well, they're studying us the way we study animals in nature shows, where they'll tag, a cheetah or something. And now we're going to follow the cheetah into its native habitat. Oh, look, there it is with its cubs and all that sort of thing. And then later on, get the chip and see what it recorded. Crap like that, But instead, it's aliens doing it to human beings. And, we don't like it at all, But so that's all there is to it. Of course, they could have done that. It's a plot they could have utilized in the actual show, but I don't think they would have these weird snail-looking creatures running around. Probably just people in makeup or whatever, or I don't know, glowing lights and stuff. Which, if it's all you got, but that's the idea of the true nature of something alien. That's so far beyond our understanding and what we're familiar with. What are we familiar with? We're familiar with Earth, and the different creatures that live here. And we try to guess what might evolve in some other world. But until it actually happens, you never really know, and it could be damn near anything. So it's a fine episode for what happens and everything, but it's also very simple and sort of territory that's been tread elsewhere. So there you go. Life in a Zoo for Eye of the Beholder.